Okay, we're gonna pick up back when Lucy got raped and he ended up beating Fred and everybody that was involved with the whole altercation, rape and all that got put in the hole. So, even though those guys are gone, tension in a prison is heavy. Everybody's still scared and wondering, what's gonna be what because these prisons really don't care if you kill each other, really tell you the truth. And for my people that did time, you understand, they only care about filling beds. They don't really care about your safety. Now, if you make a report that you want to change or get transferred to another dorm or something, then they will because they have to put that in paperwork. But if you don't say that you need to be, transferred, you might come back to this same dorm. And then again, you might not. As in this case, about a month goes by and they end up transferring Lucy and Fred to different dorms. Fred when he came out the infirmary and Lucy when he came out of lockdown. Now, Budman, D, and Port Allen, they end up coming back to the dorm like 2 months later. Well, they brought everybody back about 2 months later. They released them all on different days, but it was about 2 months that had passed. Now, when Port Allen comes back after his time, he comes in on the change where we got New Jacks coming in. Now, with this particular set of New Jacks, we have some what you call veterans coming too. Convicts, people that's, been on Joe's, what I'm saying, probably did a crime in that state, a crime in that city, and have to do time in that city for the crime that they done, or just generally transferred, because of problems in another prison. And they wanted to get rid of those guys. So, here it go. Hi, mama, big booty ass boy. That's Babe right there. So in the process of the fishing expedition, you see Port Allen go, oh no, there go my dog, there go my dog. And he like, Ralph, what happened with you, Ralph? What up, baby? And Ralph like, man, what happened? And the guard like, settle down. And he like, I'm gonna get with you. And so Ralph get his assigned area, his placement. And soon as he get his placement, he don't even put his stuff up. He goes straight to hugging and dapping Port Allen down. They done did they jokes together. And turns around, he know Buttman as well. He done jokes with Buttman too. So now Buttman dapping them down. So now tensions and alertness is at an all-time high in a prison. So everybody think, man, we got to get some weapons. I know me and Njcip was like, man, we got to get weapons now. We got some real serious predators in this prison. It's about to go down, and which it did go down. Because 3 of the same type of dudes in the same dorm, out my whole prison jokes and other jokes, I've never had that happen. So, as everything's starting to evolve, these 3 guys go to telling him what happened and, that they just came out the hole and that they run this bitch and, man, yeah, we run this, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, this and that, you know what I'm saying? Now, for the next couple of days, you see Big Bambino, Lil Bambino, Ralph, Port Allen, and D, they walking through the prison selling drugs. So apparently, when Ralph came, he smuggled some drugs in. And he smuggled a good bit of drugs in. And I'm talking about they got everything in here now. And they, they really making money hand over fist. So, ain't too much, fighting and raping going on because they selling drugs and people using drugs. Okay, so Now, people is starting to run out of money. So it got this one new jack that came in with Ralph. I guess he felt like he knew Ralph well enough to where he goes and get a line of credit. So Ralph credits him, and he comes back and Ralph credits him again. His name Chad. I remember the little dude because, I chopped it up with him. He actually, maybe like from Zachary, and that's not too far from where, I was born and raised, in Baton Rouge. So he fell with Baton Rouge, Chad. So he just came in on the bus with Ralph. So he ended up crediting from Ralph until he like $100 in the hole. And if you know in prison, $100 is like $1,000 on the street. Maybe even more. So Ralph ended up going to him, this maybe 2 days, 3 days later, because this dude Chad, he a chaser. Whatever he do, he got to have it back to back to back to back. Ralph ended up going to him 2 days later and telling him, hey man, when I'm going to get my money? And Chad still telling me, man, my people, I think it's going to be this week. I think my people going to go ahead and put it on my books this week. So, okay, Ralph, let him slide. So now the guard comes to the door and call for chow. We all getting ready to head for chow, all that's going to chow or wherever. So we get the chow, me and Njcip, we get our trays, you know what I'm saying? So as we sitting down, we see Lil Bambino walking towards us. We like, what the fuck Lil Bambino doing? I know he ain't gonna try to come over here and sit by us or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Cause shit, like I said, you gotta sit where you fall in, so why would he be walking over here towards us and close by us? So he walks over there and tries to grab a fruit cup off a Njcip plate. And immediately Njcip jumped up because Njcip is a straight hothead. Like, you know what I'm saying? Njcip jumps up and pop, 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 pop. Him and Bambino all on top of the table, rolling, fighting. They tearing it down. So, they fight for about 2-3 minutes before the guard make it to him. It take about 2 more minutes to break it up. Guard break it up. Now, keep in mind, the block still flooded, so they going straight to the hole. Okay, so they take Lil Bambino and Njcip to the hole, and I'm like, in my head, I'm thinking, man, my dog done left me at the time where they got 3 predators in the dome. So, I'm thinking, as soon as I get back in there, I'm about to grab my toothbrush and get to sharpen it on the floor. You know what I'm saying? It's Lil White Bob Barker Company toothbrush, you know what I'm saying? I'm about to sharpen this toothbrush on the dough, you know what I'm saying? Rip a sheet of something and wrap around it, you know what I'm saying? And give me some old wax and I'm going to try to double it up or whatever. Y'all know how that go. You know what I'm saying? I ain't going to really get all into that, but everybody that's in prison know how to make a shank. And if you went to prison, you know how to make a shank. So, I immediately get to that as soon as we get back from child. So now, we back in the dorms, you know what I'm saying? And I immediately get to that. And I actually goes immediately over to Njcip rack and grab his toothbrush. Because he don't really even need it where he going. So, okay, say 2 or 3 more days pass by. Ralph goes back to Chad and like, say, man, I'm really getting impatient. Where my money at? And here go Chad with the same, man, I called my auntie, man. Man, I actually called my auntie and my mama to see which one of them package gonna come through first, you know what I'm saying? And Ralph like, one of them better come through, because if I can't get my money in cash, I'm gonna get my money in ass. So Chad laughing it off like he playing, boy, this ain't home. This is prison. This man is serious. So, okay, they back through there, and he goes to Steve, not knowing he had been crediting Steve and opened up a line of credit for Steve, and he asked Steve. And now he actually tells Steve, hey, I'm going to give you 2 days to come up with my money. You know what I'm saying? I want all $70 of my money, or we're going to have a problem the next time I'm standing in front of you. So, that happens, and a couple more days go by. So he goes to Chad, and he say, hey, all I want to hear is yeah or no. And Chad shakes his head no. Ralph immediately walks off. He goes back to Port Allen and Big Bambino and over there by D, because remember, Lil Bambino's in the hole, the instigator. His whole time, he was mostly nothing but Big Bambino's little brother, the instigator, until he want to try to pull that with Njcip. I guess selling drugs make you bad all of a sudden. Yeah, but, they discussing something over there. You can see him. Ralph, he very illustrated, which is most of us, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, he illustrated doing this thing, talking to, Bambino and Port Allen. And all you see is them shaking their head like. So me, I want to know what's going down, when it's going down. I'm paying attention to everything now. I'm zoned in like I'm talking about like a eagle. So nightfall, and you hear Ralph, which Ralph was maybe like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 racks away from Port Allen. So he goes to Port Allen and wake Port Allen up. And they go wake Bambino up. And D. And, you hear a lot of little different things going on. I'm like, what is they doing, man? You see them pulling out stuff and putting stuff here, like they gathering supplies. So Buttman taps Tay and Red. Get up, get up. That's his property now. Time that went by. That's his property. They both is in down with the program. So after he get Tay and Red up, they start walking. So, all you see is everybody walking damn near with sheets in their hand, the braided sheets in their hand. So, they doing like this, like they some kind of synchronized SEAL type dudes, ex-SEAL type dudes, in the army. And, like go over this way. But they ain't talking. They like go over this way and doing stuff like this. Like telling Tay to sit on Chad's back. So Tay, when they get in position, Tay sits on Chad's back, and everybody immediately, handle their post, start tying him up, tie his legs up, one tie the other leg up, then they tie his hands up. Now he's all tied down with the braided sheets. Now, just to let him know how real it is, so he can stop all that moving and twitching and twisting and turning and squirming, Ralph hits him. Bow! And so Chad, wake up startled and looks and recognizes that this is Ralph that hit him, and like, man, I told you, I'm gonna have your money, man, I told you. Matter of fact, man, just give me to tomorrow. And Ralph just shaking his head. Nope. So he like, man, please, bro, just in the morning, bro, I'm gonna have your money. He begging. And he comes out with the funniest thing I ever heard. This dude say, man, do Steve first. Steve owe you too, man. Please don't do me this, man. Please don't do me this. I'm gonna have your money, man. And he said, man, you've been holding me the longest, and I told you. And if Steve don't have my money, Steve next. So at this time, Steve woke, and he looking directly at Ralph and turns his head. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, so now Port Allen then came out of his pantses and then snatched Chad pantses down. You know, he done put the toothpaste in the gel on the end of him and he done got on top of him and he say, man, stay still, man, because if you hurt my shit, man, I'm going to break your jaw. Man, stay still. So Chad, man, he still hollering. Port Allen hit him again. Bow! Man, I told you, man, shut up all that noise, man. People trying to sleep. I swear to God, man, I right hand to God. He said people trying to sleep. Man, bro, like I said, you can't make this stuff up, man. So he sliding roughing up and Chad steady crying. So he in there, it's hurting. It's hurting, man. You too big, it's hurting. I said, you done gave this man the ultimate. He really turned on now. You done gave him the ultimate goddamn. He flattered. Man, you done complimented this man. What is the matter? So he and all you see is his hand like this. He like he having a seizure over there. So Port Allen still just humping him hard as he could. So Chad like, but I don't owe you. I owe Ralph. I don't owe you. So Ralph like, boy, I don't know what you think this is. We all about to run up in you. We all about to run up in you. He like, oh no, guard. So he hollering to the top of his lungs for the guards. So Port Allen just going in. So Ralph like, man, let me get me, man. Let me get me. He like, man, you ain't gonna let me finish right quick? He like, no, man, I want some of this. I want it while it's tight. Man, this is the type of things that I'm hearing these dudes say. And Ralph put on the toothpaste in the jail, and Ralph goes, he like, oh God, oh no, God, oh. Ralph say, and yeah, and you gonna pay me my money too. You gonna pay me my money, and you gonna give me some of this good pussy whenever I want to. You gonna give me some of this good stuff whenever I want to. Yeah, then he start grinding in him. Ralph started grinding. I say, oh, he a predator for sure. He's slow grinding. He's a predator. So he's grinding. He say, turn around, give me a kiss. He say, hey, kisses, no man. Bow. Open hands him. Turn around and then grab his face. Turn around. And Ralph kisses him in the mouth. Ralph kisses him in the mouth. He say, oh yeah, you gonna have to give me a better kiss than that. So he turns Chad's mouth back around and stuck his tongue in Chad's mouth. And still going up in him. And by this time, Port Allen then got down there by Chad and started kissing him while Ralph hitting him and started talking to him. Say, why you want to sleep on your stomach? Man, don't you know you only sleep on your back in the prison? When you in prison, man? What's wrong with you? He say, you wanted this. You wanted this to happen. You wanted this. So he just kept talking. He said, oh, you got a tight little wetness or something. So he like, man, come on, man, do you, man. Get your do or something, man. Let me get back up in there. You know what I'm saying? He like, And Chad like, I wish y'all finished. Somebody call the CEO, please. Somebody get the CEO. God. He hollering to the top of his lungs. Ain't nobody coming. Because at this time, the guards out there dicking off. The COs out there dicking off. Man, and I'm talking about one after another, one after another. Bambino, D. I'm talking about they just going off in this boy. And I swear, he was the longest I've seen, whether it was Tay Tay, Red, or Lucy. Chad was the longest I done seen. Because each and every one of them, they went in him and they also got him to suck them. And Steve is hearing all this now because Steve, he ain't watching no more. And at this time, I'm laying on my back. I'm like, man, I'm about to go to sleep, but I ain't, you know what I'm saying? I ain't about to fall asleep. I'm just about to close my eyes and rest my eyes. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, it's the whole prison really on high alert. And plus my dog Njcip in the hole, you know. I'm in here by myself. But at this time, you know what I'm saying, I got an almost halfway decent shank. You know, it ain't finished, but I got a halfway decent. So all I hear is Port Allen tell Ralph, you think we ought to go ahead and get Steve tonight? Steve turn over towards the way they was and just lay that way. He ain't saying nothing or nothing. He just turned that way. He was like, nah, I'm gonna get a little nigga chance. And at this time, Chad just making little faint noises like, cause he's about ripped to pieces. He's about wore out, stretched out, and to pieces where he can barely even feel it. His little booty probably numb at this point. And I'm gonna tell you again, I don't promote this. I don't condone it. I actually don't even, I can't even stand that this happening. But I'm just one man. You know what I'm saying? But I'm relaying this story at the time how I hear it. And this is one of the roughest prisons in Louisiana. This is one of the roughest prison in Louisiana. Cause this year it went down. And I'm gonna make another part where this is gonna be a different episode, but it's gonna pick off where we left off, you know. But man, the type of things that happen after this, man, it takes the cake and it gets crucial. So y'all just catch me next time.